Welcome back to Geriatric Alpha Runt Productions. I'm your host Garp, and we are in part 3 of our interview today with my friend Coach Mande here, Jeff Mandeville. And we went a little long on our first couple, so we're going to try and intermingle some stuff together here. We'll talk a little bit about the farm, about some guns and trucks.
Good. I like all three.
All right, so first of all, tell me about your farm.
So it's a ranchito, small.
Right?
So it's 30 acres. We have trees, we have dirt, and we have a lot of rocks. People ask me, how'd you get into raising goats? Well, the tax man came and said, you're buying this ranch, it has an ag exemption, what are you going to raise? And so, you get 5 sheep, cow, calf, pair, different animals. And I said, well, I'm going to go with sheep. And sheep need a shepherd. They need somebody to lead them around and tell them what to do. That didn't work out so well. Every time I went out to do it,
Mr. Motivation, huh?
So I said, hey, let's try goats. Goats are beast of famine. And so they just do what they do, and they don't need anybody helping them. And so they just went after the seed trees, or all the seed trees. It was good. So now we have 32.
How big are goats?
They're 60, 70, 80 pounds. 100 pounds usually for a nanny. My Billy is about 250.
Do they have any intelligence? Do they know
They
who
do.
you are?
They're super smart animals.
Really?
They know that when I come up, they're always looking for a treat. So they'll surround the truck.
Do they know names or anything like that?
No, I don't give them names. I don't give them names because
I want to make them a dog.
especially the babies. They're going off to the sale barn. So I'll have 15 to 20 babies. I'll keep the girls, and the boys go to the sale barn.
Okay, and you say sale barn?
Sale barn.
So they get sold.
They get sold.
For what?
Meat. Yeah, so it's a meat goat
People eat
operation.
goat meat?
Yes. So we sell
Nice.
one little sale barn north of or east of Lane Pass and west of Lane Pass. Runs about 4,000 goats a week.
Like, how come we never see goat? Like, is this the Chinese food that we're eating that is the Chinese?
No.
It's goat.
No, I think because they can sell it on the East Coast, West Coast. Quite a bit.
I've never even seen it.
It's good. Cabrito. It's good. Super
Well,
good.
I mean, I would try it. I try everything. You know, when I go to the real taco shops, they've got the lengua, and barbacoa, like the face.
It's cheap meat, yes.
It's
Super
kind of
tender.
gross.
Super tender is really good. So they take these goats and they ship them off. It's a lean meat, so you got to cook it right. You know. But yeah, people love it. I love it, and I'm constantly looking for somebody who can cook a goat.
So, when you're not there, how do they stay protected? Like, are they outside? I mean,
On that 30
go into the
acres.
barn every night on their own?
No, they don't need to. They'll go into undercover if it's raining. That's about it. If it's cold, they want to get out of the cold, out of that wind.
So there's
They
a lot
just-
of predators here in
They
Texas.
cruise around. We got a lot of predators, but I have an old, very angry donkey. And it's an interesting relationship that they have. The goats are usually 25 to 30 yards of that donkey, wherever she is. And if you hear a predator, the donkey will position herself in front of the goats between them.
So like donkeys and natural
fixer of problems. Yeah,
because
the-
donkeys are angry.
They're angry, but they have this internal desire to get to the predators.
Interesting.
They're super fast. They stomp them with their front hooves. They grab them with their teeth and shake them.
I saw a video of somewhere on the internet. You know, they can do videos of stuff. And, it was like a donkey that was getting attacked by a hyena, and all of a sudden the donkey got pissed and like turned it around on the hyena and beat the shit out of that.
Yeah, they're big, strong animals, and they you can get a lot of videos out there of them with mountain lions.
I was
Coyotes.
shocked to see
The
how
wildest
aggressive-
thing is watching them just shake them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
violent,
he did. He
and then it's
grabbed
over.
that thing by the head. Crazy. So, I can assume that being in the farm and being a Texas guy, then that you have guns. Are you a hunter?
Yes. I like to hunt, and I got the opportunity to work for Dundee back in 18 to 20. Had an FFL, started selling ammo and just bits and parts. We sold a lot of parts, a lot of AR parts. Sold some assembled weapons, but mostly people wanted to augment their own, so they come to us.
Pretty well.
And then one day we ran out of guns.
Are you familiar with that little gun store that's right at the base of the dam there?
Fletch.
Yeah, yeah.
Good guy.
They ran his whole front door down about 6 months ago.
Yeah, very specific.
Yeah, but I knew that was going to happen. I've been calling that for years. I'm like, that building is an outhouse. How long before somebody runs the door down? I had been saying, I think I went in there one day and maybe mentioned it to him, and I think I freaked him out when I said that. You know what I mean? He's already probably on such high alert all the time.
Constantly on high alert.
So when I mentioned, that I saw it, I'm in the security industry. When I see risk management issues, I oftentimes will say to people, and I notice now, not only has he gotten a totally different style of door, he's put up the big rocks in front now where you can't run the front door down. I'm like, dude, I told you to do that years ago. It's just interesting because here in Texas, some of the people who are going to watch this are from Texas, gun laws are so lax as compared to many other parts of the country. So, me being a layman, I do carry, but I don't have a concealed weapons permit. I don't carry it on my concealed. I don't carry it on my hip, but I carry it with me, and I have it with me all the time. And I find that it gives me solace of knowing I have it, but when it comes out in conversation with people are always happy to hear I have it because they know me, and they're like, well, I'm glad one of the good guys has it.
Sure.
And I know that that's one of the gun law things that people who are against guns are so afraid of, is how many people are out there carrying guns. And we need to pull in our guns, and without getting political and stuff. But, if you told people to all turn in your guns, who's going to do that? The non-criminals.
Non-criminals.
And then only the criminals have guns. Yeah.
So there's so many talking points out there that just don't make that much sense when they talk about universal background check. It's like there's a lot of states that don't really work with the background check function. They feel like, well, we have too many names on there that are too much alike, and so we don't want to list those names. It's like that doesn't work. And so if somebody goes out to buy a gun, he's not on the list. Okay, well, so you haven't done anything bad in the past. That's not a very good system. And selling guns is really hard. Like Fletch, you're always on guard,
right?
but you're always watching because there's so many ways that you could inadvertently make a mistake. So you're constantly checking and rechecking, make sure you're doing the right things. And it's funny when people would say, can I just buy one, off the, I'm like, I'd lose my license, probably go to jail, $250,000 fine. I don't want any part of that at all. And people at gun shows don't want that either.
When Michael Scott was in here, I was showing him my guns, and I made the mistake of saying, that one's not cocked. They have one revolver and one Glock. It's got the magazine. Someone would say, you don't cock a Glock. It's like, okay, so it wasn't rash, and I'm using the right thing to one night.
He knew what you meant, though.
Well, yeah, Mike didn't jump on me. One of the people in the comments that always had to screen.
Sure.
But the point being is that, I like to know that I'm going to have to cock it in order to shoot it. Now, like my police friend who helped me to train on it and learn on it, that's like walking around with your zipper down, pants unbuttoned. It's like, you should have your gun ready to go. And I get that mentality, but again, not being far from an expert, I like to have that extra space in between. Now, gun safety is such a huge thing. Your kids are all older and stuff. Growing up around your house, was there guns around? Were you always locked away? Did your kids learn how to use guns?
No guns.
You never had guns?
No guns. Single mom, and so she finally got a little pistol, but she didn't have the training. And she hadn't been put through any stress test, which I am a firm believer that if you don't train under stress, whether that's manufactured, you run a bunch and do a bunch of burpees and then try to figure out, hey, I got to do this. I firmly believe you won't remember that day. When that stress hits, you get to the OODA loop, I hear something going on, I've observed it, now I've already get myself, now I have to decide and I have to act. That's where we get stuck.
Right.
We get stuck in that decision point because I don't remember what I'm supposed to do. Now I'm stressed out and I forget.
Interesting.
And so you have to train, and you have to be under stress, you have to train a lot. And so that's the other reason when people call me and say, hey, which gun should I get? And I'm like, well, you got to figure out one works for you. So the Glock 19 or 17. Well, they're both good guns, and they're probably going to fit you. But if it doesn't fit you, or if you shoot it, like on the M&P, they have the little trigger. Their safety is the bottom of the trigger bends a little bit. What pinches my finger? And I don't like it, so I'm not going to train with it. So I'm not going to go shoot it as much as I could. I'm not going to want to go shoot it because it's hot out there. Like, okay, I'm going to put myself so much stress with it that I don't like that. I mean, I carried a Glock for 8 years. Then I went to a training class. Shane Steiner was there. He said, "Have you ever tried an HK?" And I was like, "No." And he handed me his HK VP9, and I've never gone back. I carry it every day, everywhere I go. I love it. It fits right. It's got the grips that you can change out, and so it fits my hand. So I like that.
Nice. All right, well, good. And so we're just going to kind of mash some things together and talk about trucks, because trucks go with farms and guns and stuff.
Yes.
I noticed your daily driver that I see you driving a lot is that big Ford truck.
F-350.
Oh, so it's a 350. Yeah, it's a big old truck. So a 350, what does that give you over like a 150? I mean, is it like a higher displacement engine and stuff?
So it's a 6.7 liter, yes, so the higher displacement engine, but I also get, a lot of people talk about, oh, do you think my truck can pull it? I'm like, the better question is, can it stop it? If it can't stop, well, that's not good, right? You see a lot of trucks pulling, you know, big heavy trailers and all sagged in the back, and they are moving, but that truck ain't gonna stop it.
Interesting.
So you gotta rely on your trailer brake. There's a lot of cool variables in which you can manage. So yeah, my truck is 12.4 GVWR, gross vehicle weight rating, 12,400 pounds. Empty, it's about 10,000. So I can load about 1,500, 2,000 pounds on it. The trailer that I have, my 40-foot gooseneck, is 18,000 pounds, and my truck will technically haul 27,000.
Does it latch on the back or does it go up into the bed?
Into the bed. It's a gooseneck, latches on there, so you can pull with your bumper pull, which we did for a long time. We rented RVs for 10 years before we bought ours. Now we have a 45-foot RV with a fifth wheel, so that attaches in the back. All those little things you need to know, and sometimes you can read them, but it's difficult to make those decisions until you get in a position where you're in Northern California and coming down those hills. And you're like, well, my brake, if I'm on the brakes for too long, they get too hot and then they start to fail. So my trailer brakes have to be quality to stop the truck. My truck also has an engine brake, and so that helps slow it down. Yeah, you just don't want to be in a position where you don't have the right tool for the job.
I have a 72 Ford F-250. It's a camper edition, and it was actually referring to them in those days as Rangers. Sure, Ranger edition. And I had it through the years. It was actually bought by my stepfather in 1972, brand new, for $4,000.
Yes.
And when I initially like kind of took it over, it was in my mid-20s, about which was like 95 or something like that. And it ran a 10-year period where it was a real headache for me because it wasn't my daily driver, but I didn't want to sell it. It wasn't worth anything at that moment in time. And I just managed to keep it around. I tried to sell it for years. And now here I sit at 55, so I've owned it for 30 years. And all of a sudden it's turned around and people love this car. And people are offering big money for this car. And it's so interesting how this piece of junk has switched now into a vintage, desired car. And I mean, it's like, to me, it will always be the 1998 eyesore that has been taxing my entire adult life. And now all of a sudden, people are interested. So
Sure.
That's interesting. You've got the F-350. Do they make, how hard did they go? Did they
455,
56.
They have bigger,
tow trucks, right?
yeah, they have better suspension, and probably a lower differential. So 14 gears, you can pull a lot more stable, better bearings. But talking about your trucks that are worth things, I had a 2003 7.3 liter, which is highly sought after. The Blue Book is 5,400, and I sold it for 90. People love that truck. I mean, it had the tow rating was 11,000 pounds. That was it. Mine's 27. And so, can you tow a whole lot with it? No. Is it a nice engine? It's a great engine. But yeah, it's interesting. They always told me that the pickups that are valuable now are for adults who had those trucks when we were kids. We were in high school. Like, if I go out and look for a 78 F-150 that I had, my first truck, those things are 10, 12, 15, 20 grand.
Everything now is a six-cylinder. It's like they don't, like Toyota and Lexus discontinued their V8s. They're all those turbocharged V6s, which I'm hearing they're starting to have a lot of problems with. They have been out for a year. The same engine they're putting in all their Tundras, their Sequoias, all that stuff. I'm hearing they're having issues with those V6 engines now. They've been out for a year. So, they had that tried and true I-Force V8 that just was like their hallmark. So, all right, we're going to wrap up soon, but I would be remiss if I didn't just touch on my favorite subject, because you're out in the farm sometimes. You ever seen any UAPs or UFOs or anything out there in the farm?
I don't know that I would know what they are. I went to Marfa and I watched the lights. Were there lights? Were there lights coming down the road on the other side? Maybe. Did they float or did they look suspicious? I don't think so, but I would love to see one.
Well, they say Texas is kind of a hotspot. Stephenville had all kinds of issue things. And even Baker Mayfield went on social media and said he saw like a fireball come down from the sky and go into Lake Travis. And he was like, did anybody else just see that? My wife and I just saw it. And like, I'm always looking at the lake, and I'm always looking at the sky too, because they say nowadays that you can summon UFOs. Have you heard this? That, like,
I don't want to. I want to see. I don't know that I want to summon.
Well, it's interesting.
I'm like, because I think that once I ask him to come, then he's come.
Well,
maybe I don't want him to stay.
Good point. And you know what? This is exactly how the conversation morphs and goes into. But that's a really good point, because it's just like that supernatural. If you want to play with Ouija boards, if you want to hang out in graveyards and summon that kind of shit, it's going to come to you. So, yeah, but supposedly, like, one of the things that these whistleblowers are saying at Congress is that they literally have, quote unquote, a dog whistle that they can utilize to summon UFOs, and it has like 100% like accuracy, where if they do a certain event or certain thing, and they can make UAPs appear. And this is something that somebody said on Stories years ago when he went out to a park. It was like, this is in the 90s. It's a story. It's very famous. Got a lot of views. And he said, I can summon UFOs. And they went out there to laugh at it. And he did. And they were like, well, what is that right there? And it's like, it's a famous story that's still now. And this guy was, saying he had the ability to summon extraterrestrial UAP. So anyway, I thought that was kind of interesting.
I think it's super interesting. I would like to know more about it. But as you can see, when you said that summon, I'm like, I'm a little nervous.
Well, yeah, you conjure shit up. And,
I don't want to conjure.
Well, the thing that's amazing about this subject is how they're now weaving supernatural with UAPs. I used to love the UFO subject, but now, when you're putting it in with this Skinwalker Ranch, and you're talking about supernatural ghosts and shit like that, it's something I don't want to get into, because like when you talk about interdimensional and all these, there's stuff in this room with us right now, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, I don't, that kind of stuff is frightening to me. So, UFOs are interesting. Supernatural is frightening. I mean, the most frightening thing ever was the movie Poltergeist. That movie scared me. I slept on my sister's floor for a decade after I saw that movie in the 80s. So, yeah.
I saw Jaws when I was 6. I saw sharks coming out of the wall for months.
Too funny.
I should
All
have
right.
seen that.
Good times, Mandy. I appreciate you being here. If you don't mind, maybe we can go down and do a automobile review on your car. No pressure if you don't feel up to it. I like your car.
It's my wife's car. She ordered
People would love to see it, hear about it. So, again, Geriatric Alpha Runt Productions. If you like the content, please like, share, subscribe. Help us reach 1,000 viewers. Nice.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach Mandy.
Appreciate it. Thank you.